If you're an experienced adult saxophone player that's looking to build up their confidence when it comes to performing on stage, whether that's at a jam session, whether that's with your band, or maybe you're playing solo to backing tracks, whatever it is, there are 3 ways in which you can start to build up more confidence, not let those nerves get in the way, and start to get out of your head when it comes to performing on stage in front of a live audience. These are 3 things I teach my adult students inside my online coaching program, but these are also 3 things that I do when I get out and perform, whether it's in front of 3 people or whether it's in front of 23,000 people. Whatever the situation might be, this is what I've learned to do after performing around the world for the last 28 years. And the number 1 way to overcome those performance nerves and have more confidence is to memorize the music that you're performing. Now, it's okay in some contexts to have the sheet music when you're on stage, but to really build up your confidence, you should also memorize that music. You can still have it there as a guide, but it should be internalized before you get on stage and perform that music in front of other people. This is probably the most effective way for building confidence because you've already internalized the music. You've already learned how to play it from rote memory. And not only that, you're also able to get into the music more because you're not worried about what the fingerings are or what the notes are or how the melody goes. You have memorized that melody. You have memorized that song. So now you can focus in on just performing and entertaining the crowd. And this is especially true if you're soloing on stage, whether you're doing a pre-recorded solo from an album or whether you're doing your own improvisation. Memorizing the solo or having the ability to improvise without the sheet music and the chords in front of you is so important for building up confidence and entertaining your audience. I've done this at the Hollywood Bowl. I've done this at Madison Square Garden. I had to memorize the iconic solos from the original recordings of the pop artists that I was playing with so that I can get out on stage front and center and play that solo with confidence. Now, I would still get a little nervous playing in front of 20,000 people, but because I memorized the music, I was able to use those nerves to put into my performance, to get into the music, to put more expression into the music. And after I show my students how to memorize songs and after they apply those techniques, they find that they have a lot more confidence when it comes to going on stage and performing in front of other people. So yes, it's okay to have the sheet music, but do your best to memorize the song as well so that you can really feel like you can get into the music and have more fun, which is probably the most important part when it comes to performing as a saxophone player. You need to look like you're having fun on stage, and obviously that all comes with confidence. Now, if you do want to learn more about how to memorize songs and how to prepare for performances, go ahead and check out my Saxophone Mastery Blueprint. There's a link below, or just go to saxophonemasterclass.com/blueprint. And this is the exact system that I show my online coaching students when it comes to building up confidence, to playing on stage, for making the most of your practice time so you can improve on your skills, improve your tone, improve your technique, know how to improvise with confidence. It's all inside that blueprint. So go ahead and check that out after you watch this lesson. The second thing that you need to focus on when it comes to building up confidence on stage is getting into the right mindset before you go on stage. Now, there's a few ways you can do this, and one of the ways is to just realize that even if you do make a mistake, even if you mess up somewhere in a song, most of the time the audience isn't going to notice. And that's a really important thing to think about while you're performing on stage as well. When you make a mistake, don't obsess over it. Don't beat yourself up about it. Realize that most people aren't going to notice and move on with the show. Continue to play at your best without obsessing over some terrible mistake that you think you made. Because the reality is, even if you were to listen back, it probably doesn't sound as bad as you thought. So going in with that mindset really helps with building confidence on stage, as well as just taking some time before the performance to relax, to breathe, to maybe even do some meditation. And a great way to do this is to actually use your saxophone. I like to practice long tones. I like to practice overtones. I like to just connect to the instrument and really take my time to relax, shake off the tension in my body, play some simple long tones and overtones without over practicing. A lot of people think if I just practice a lot on the day of my performance, that will help me put on a better performance. And actually, sometimes the opposite is true. If you're trying to practice too much before a performance and you're practicing for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours trying to cram in all the songs that you're going to be performing. It can actually make you tired. It can start to exhaust your embouchure, and now you don't have the energy to put on a good show. So I like to just practice very simple exercises like long tones, overtones, and maybe even just a couple of simple scales across the whole range of the instrument without over practicing. So I might do that for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour maximum before a show, usually earlier in the day. And again, this not only helps me to relax before a performance and get into the right mindset, but it also helps my students as well. And it helps to calm your nerves and feel more confident before getting up on stage. And the third thing you need to do to build up your confidence as a saxophone performer is to record yourself. Record your performances, film your performances, and then a few days later, listen back and see what you've done right. See how well you performed, and then also see what things you need to work on. I ask my students to record themselves every single week so they can reflect on their playing and see what kind of progress they're making. This not only helps with feeling like you're making progress on saxophone, but it also helps with understanding what you need to work on when it comes to being a performing saxophone player. So listen back to your recording and see overall, how did you perform? Did you put on a good show? Did you look like you were enjoying yourself? These are really important aspects to look at, along with the technical aspects of your playing, whether or not you made mistakes, how your intonation and tuning was, how your rhythm and timing is. Spend some time reflecting on the weaknesses in your playing while also looking at your strengths. And if you do this every single week, every single time you perform, reflect back and look at what your strengths have been and see how you're developing your strengths as a performer. This will help you with building more confidence as a performer on the saxophone. This will help you see those little improvements every single time you perform and help you to assess where you're getting stronger in your playing, where you're getting stronger in your performance techniques, where you're getting stronger in your tone and your technique and your improvisation skills, whatever it is. Recording yourself and reflecting on your playing is an essential part of developing your confidence on stage. This is what I used to do after every single performance, probably to the level of obsession, and I would listen to myself and I would analyze everything I was doing right, everything I was doing wrong, and then I would find a way to develop some more practice techniques in order to overcome those weaknesses in my playing, while also feeling like I'm actually getting better in a lot of areas, and this would help me be more confident when it comes to performing on stage. So there's 3 things I do as a professional sax player to develop my confidence when it comes to performing on stage, as well as what my adult students do inside my online coaching program. Again, if you want to learn more about my saxophone mastery system, the way that I teach my students how to become better performers, how to develop their tone, how to become better improvisers, how to jam with anyone, play in bands, and get to that next level in their playing, go ahead and check out the Saxophone Mastery Blueprint at saxophonemasterclass.com/blueprint, or you can check the link in the description of this video. And if you want to learn more about how to memorize songs, I actually have another video right here that you can go and check out. Go and watch that now, see what you think, and I'll see you in the next lesson.